On January 24th, 2012, the Beatles of kid-friendly entertainment was created. Let me introduce you guys to the Pals. But that's a name that I didn't even have to introduce you to because you already know exactly who they are. If you didn't know, the Pals consists of Denis, Alex, Corl, Sub, and Sketch. Now, before I get into this video, I just want to say that I honestly in the past have made videos about Sketch, well, one video about Sketch, and I feel like his name Sketch is a good name because he's kind of sketchy, and of all the members of the Pals, Sketch is probably the only one that's had like the most controversy. So let me just get into the video. So what you guys might not know is that the Pals is actually a business. It was co-founded by this guy named Flebsy, who, if you know who Flebsy is, if you follow Denis Daily, if you're actually like a hardcore Denis Daily fan, then you probably know who Flebsy is, because Denis has interacted with Flebsy a lot, and he's, you know, wished Flebsy happy birthday and stuff like that. Like, they're clearly friends, and Flebsy is the quote-unquote co-founder of the Pals, and to my knowledge, he's also the editor of the Pals and the editor of Denis Daily and other channels. Maybe he's the editor for all of them. But what I know is that the Pals and every member that is a part of the Pals is essentially part of a business model. So what that means is that, you know, they have to upload a certain amount of videos every day. I'm not sure what that is because Corl's gone months without uploading, so maybe it depends. Obviously, if you're, you know, going through something in your life, they're not going to force you to upload videos while you're like literally crying every day because like your grandma died or something like that. But anyway, Flebsy and Denis and all these other people, I'm just using Denis's name, which I think it's funny because a lot of people see Denis as the front man and the foreman of the Pals and like the most biggest member, but like there was a time in history when Denis was not the most famous member of the Pals. Sub, the faceless guy, you know, I did a video about username, he likes to go with no webcam, and Osimo, who is faceless, we don't know who he is. Sub was actually bigger than Denis Daily. I think Sub had like at least 100,000 subscribers when Denis met him. Like, Sub was the biggest member of the Pals in the beginning, and now that Denis is the biggest member of the Pals, everyone's kind of forgotten that, and everyone just kind of assumes that Denis is the front man and the foreman, and that he, you know, makes all the big calls, makes all the big shots, and gets everything done. But I think that the Pals, and especially Denis himself, like, honestly, you guys, I have to say this, like, I don't want this series to just be complimenting people all day. But so far, I've only been able to compliment people because even with Denis, Alex, Corl, Sub, Sketch is the only one that I might have a little bit of problems with, so I'm going to keep his name out for now. But with all those people, they seem like genuinely nice and good people in real life. Now, I've never met any of them, but they seem like they're good people, and they seem like they're just trying to entertain kids, make kid-friendly content, you know, pursue their dreams as YouTube content creators, and for the most part they've been able to do that, which is, you know, I have like my hats down to them. Like, congrats to Denis's success. He gets a lot of views, and he's been getting a lot of views for a long time. But yeah, about that, when I said that I had some problems with Sketch, I don't have problems with Sketch as a person because I don't know him as a person. Like, truly, I've never spoken to him, I don't know him, I've never met him. So I don't even know him as a person, but he made some no-clipping videos a while ago, and I really wasn't feeling that, just because I feel like, you know, promoting hacking to children is not the best thing to do, but I'm not going to hold that against him forever. I mean, he still has the videos up, which is why I still hold it against him, but Sketch has been in more controversy than just the things that I consider him controversial for. He reacted to The Last Guest, like the whole thing, and it was like a 20-minute video with like a bunch of ads on it. And yeah, the creator of The Last Guest, Oblivious HD, was not happy with that at all, understandably, because here you have someone that's just a popular face, essentially, putting their face over your video and then putting a lot of ads on it. Which is not okay. You know, like if you're gonna react to something that takes as much production and time and quality as The Last Guest, it's like you shouldn't be reacting to the whole thing. You should only be reacting to like 5 minutes of it. because, you know, you want people to watch the whole thing to support Oblivious HD, because he spent so much time and energy, and I'm sure he spent money on this at this point at like making The Last Guess a good movie. But anyway, Flebsy is a mastermind behind the Pals, you guys. I don't know if you guys know this, but the Pals is basically the Beatles of kid-friendly entertainment. They honestly have done a lot for themselves, and they've come a long way, and all of them are like shining and growing on their own merit. And yeah, so if you didn't know, Denis is Canadian. He lives in Canada. Corl also lives in Canada, to my knowledge. Alex Crafted RL, he lives in the United Kingdom. Sketch lives in America, and of course, an American is the sketchiest member of the Pals, because America's pretty sketchy. And Sub, I have absolutely no idea what Sub does with his time, with his life, with anything. I don't think anyone really knows who Sub is even. So yeah, we're just gonna keep Sub out for now. If you guys didn't know, the Pals is basically a business model, and so Flebsy does like the editing and stuff like that, and the marketing and stuff like that. And you know, they have their group. They upload the videos to the group channel, and then they also upload on their own channel. And then, you know, it's a giant like business. This is. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, because they're creating kid-friendly entertainment that's good for kids. So in the same way that like Walt Disney is a business, the Pals are a business. I don't see anything wrong with that. I just want you guys to understand that this is definitely a business going on, and that they're definitely trying to get as much views, money, and stuff as that as possible. But again, there's nothing wrong with that, really. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, only because there's not that many kid-friendly entertainers, especially that are like funny as them. Like, look at some of the photos of these guys. Like, they seem like they're funny people, just like in general, hanging out. Like Denis being like at the hospital with the boys, and it's like Alex has like the wristband and like the sick mask, and then Corl's just chilling like he's on the beach. Like, they seem like they're a fun group of guys to actually just hang out with. I know they lived together for a little bit of time. For like a little bit, they lived together for like a little bit, but I don't know why they stopped living together. Maybe Corl just wanted to move out. To my understanding, Denis bought a house because, you know, YouTube's paying him a lot these days. So he bought a house, and then they roomed with him, or roommated with him, moved in with him. But Alex obviously had to leave because he's not from Canada, so he's not even like a citizen. So his visa probably expired, which. I have a lot of support for Alex, so that's not meant to be any negative way. But yeah, his visa probably expired. He had to go back to the United Kingdom, Great Britain or whatever, London or whatever. And Corl, I don't know what happened to him. Oh, he moved in with his girlfriend. He made a video about this explaining. He moved in with his girlfriend, so he moved out of the Pal's house, something like that. Something along those lines. And then so Denis is just kind of just living at home alone. And yeah, I mean, he's very supportive of his friends, the Pals. His pals. I guess I should call them pals, not friends. As they've been together for a while. If you watch the Draw My Life, I watched the Draw My Life about the Pals. And basically how they met was like Denis and Corl had been friends for like a long time, and then somehow they met the other people that ended up becoming part of the Pals. Then they uploaded a video, and then like 2 weeks later the video had like 100,000 views. So then they kept making videos, and then it just kept going more viral, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But you know, I just want you guys to understand again that Flebsy, this dude that doesn't get the attention and the fame and all that stuff that the other members get, which honestly he probably doesn't want the fame, he probably doesn't want the attention. He's probably very happy with his life right now, because being popular can be draining. It can be a lot to deal with, and that sounds like first world problems. You know, that sounds like, okay, what a good problem to have, but you know, it really can be a lot to deal with. And so Flebsy really kind of comes out on top here, because he's probably still making a lot of money, just as much money as like other members of the Pals probably, because he's a co-founder and he like edits their videos, so he's probably making a good amount of money, and he doesn't have to deal with like the stress and struggles of being famous like Denis does. That's another thing, right? Every member of the Pals has been in some sort of controversy. Now, I'm not going to go too into detail about each one, but like obviously with Denis, we think of Growbucks, which was a complete failure, utter failure, like actually just a failure. Like Growbucks didn't go anywhere, it didn't grow anywhere, no pun intended. But and their response to all of the controversy, like even Sketch, right? Any member of the Pals that gets into controversy that the other Pals think is going to harm their business and hurt their wallet, they just delete everything and act like it didn't happen. At least that's what I saw from the reaction from Denis and Growbucks. He just deleted the video, act like it never happened. Sketch, he's deleted videos in the past. What was it, the last guest? When he reacted to the last guest, he just deleted that video, acted like it never happened, and moved on. And that's kind of just their thing. They do what like most businesses do, and that's just delete things and move on and act like it never happened. And pretty soon the audience forgets. I'm pretty sure a lot of you forgot about Growbucks and stuff like that, even though I made a whole diss track about Growbucks. Like, come on, like
Robux instantly at growbucks.net. It allows you to perfectly legitimately get free Robux.
Dennis, bro, Dennis. Come on, my dude. All you had to do, we were rooting.
rewind my videos, go back in time, look at some of the best videos that are still on YouTube, right? Like DJ's Games channel, right? Like and it pains me that Sketch never admitted that no clipping was wrong and the video still exists and has like 1 million views or whatever. But at the end of the day, you know, everyone's free to do what they want to do on YouTube, and if YouTube's not going to take it down, if Roblox isn't going to strike their account, then I can't sit here and just be mad at them, because the companies that like they're on, like the platform or whatever, Roblox and YouTube, they're not mad at them. So I can't just sit here and be a bitter old man and be mad at them. So anyway, you guys, that's my analysis of who the pals are. Let me know if you guys want a part 2 to this, if you want more information about the pals, if you want me to dive a little bit deeper. There's honestly a lot about them because there's so many members of them. So I didn't want to go too deep just because, again, there's a lot of members of the pals. So this is it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace on out. And thank you for liking these videos. I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. Thank you guys so much. Bye.